little sprigs and pieces of glass. Look how pretty. I'm gonna keep 3 out for our flower that we're about to do, but is this not gorgeous? This is their pea pod green, and it is called Thin, Thin, Thin. I love it, and I'm never gonna get that back in this box or in this bag, am I? I'm never gonna get this back in this bag. Oh my gosh, this is so gorgeous. Is that not beautiful? I'm gonna try to get it in without breaking it. Goodness, oh my gosh. I have one more to show you. I have a couple more to show you. JL Glass on Etsy sent this to me. I ordered some, and then she sent me some to show y'all. This is called Straighter, and it is spring green. Let me show you this. So you know, a lot of times it's just super curly. This is Straighter. Look y'all, is that not cool? Look, it's Straighter. Let's pull another one out. Look. I love it. I love it. Holy moly, y'all. This is fantastical. I have one more. Hang on. I'm going to grab it. I have one more to show you. And this is, hang on, dark brown. All right, this is a sample they sent me. You could use this for stems and stuff. Hang on. Let me get it out. Look at the brown. Look how cool. Straighter. I love it so much that we are going... It's out of stock. Oh, no. They'll make more. Be patient. Be patient, grasshoppers. Oh, I will post the names of these today after our, okay, let me stop talking for a second. Every time we do a live, the next day, I always post a picture of what we did, okay? So tomorrow, when my art is dry and I post a picture, I will let you know the links and the names of these pieces that we used, all right? And I get nothing from sharing this with y'all. I don't get money. They do send me like little free samples when they have new things every now and again, but it does not benefit me. I just love them, and they do have excellent customer service. The announcement is I can ship international. I can ship to Canada. You can absolutely cut them to make them smaller. You can just break them right with your hands. I'll show you. I'll show you one. Look, see, this is super long, okay? This one's super long, and it's fat on both ends. So you can just take this, see where it's super skinny? Let me show you. Where am I? See where it's super skinny? Watch. Just broke it right in the middle. Now you have 2 short pieces. You can break it, and if it's in the thick area where it's a little, you can't really break it with your hands, you can use your nippers. Use your nippers. Use your nippers to break it. All right, so I'm going to use these 2 pieces in my art too. We'll leave them out. All right, so here's something else I wanted to show you. Look what I got. These cute little beads. Super cute, pink. We're going to be using some of those today because we're going to make a flower and use our stems, and I pre-cut some leaves. So we're going to use a few of these cute little beads, and I have green as well. They're like oval, faceted little beads. We have bubbles. We got a little bit of green glass, and if we feel like it, we might add a ladybug. Just never know, right? Just never know. Thank you for the stars, Elena. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get started painting our backgrounds. And this is, anybody know what size canvas this is? Anybody? Anybody know? Anybody know? All right, I'm gonna grab a plate to dump my paint in and a paper towel. Somebody stole my paper towel. All right, let's get this party started. Very good. You're so smart. I'm being a little sassy today because I can ship to Canada. Ship to Canada. All right, let me grab a larger brush because we're gonna just pop out this background real quick. All right, so let me get a 1-inch brush. So 1-inch flats, we're gonna use that to do our background so it doesn't take forever. And I'm gonna start with a little bit of white. Yes, Canada. I'm so excited, y'all. You have no idea how exciting that is. So I'm gonna put white on and then I'm gonna mix in maybe a little bit of pink. I don't know. And I brought a little bit of yellow. And I got me some green. So I'm just gonna play it by ear. I'm gonna start at the bottom because I know I'm gonna add. Wendy, you have to use the link to the kit in the Facebook group. Okay, so join the Facebook group and there is a link to join the Facebook group on the member page. And then, where'd those balloons come from? Where'd those balloons come from? I'm trying to figure out what I did to make the balloons pop up. I did not know they have 3x9 canvas. I'm gonna add a little bit of all these colors to my plate, and if I use one, I'll let you know. Oops, dragon fruit. We don't have it on like public display. I know, where'd they come from? I'm trying to figure it out. We don't have the link on public display because, ouch. We you can only have the kit if you're a participant of the challenge. We don't sell the kits to people who aren't in the challenge, all right? So a little bit of yellow and let's do the white. I don't know how to do it. I don't know. Karen, I posted a whole video today. I did get your package and I posted a whole video and the girls in the studio went crazy. They literally, we were all like having a field day. I don't know how to do it. Hearts? Heart. So go watch that video because it was fantastical. It was fantastical, okay? I did not cut these petals. I had someone else cut them for me because I'm incapable. Not because I can't do it, but because I have the patience of nobody. Nobody. I get super frustrated with myself because it takes me too long and then it's all over but the crying, right? So I had those cut for me. All right, I'm gonna start with a little bit of white and I'm just gonna do this bottom third of my canvas for now because it's warm in here. I didn't turn the air on because I didn't want the air on, but it is a little warm in here. So, Janet, if you are a member of the Shattered Circle, you need to go to the Shattered Circle Facebook group. And there is where you will find the information on how to join, okay? There's a link there just for members so that you can join the challenge free of charge. All right, I'm just gonna take my brush. I got a little bit of green on it. I'm gonna take my brush and I'm just gonna pull up into my white. That was a little excessive right there. I may just do a little on its tip. Let's go a little more. give ourselves a little bit of that green. So I'm just using the very tips of my bristles, all right? Oh, I am super impatient about some things, and I'm super patient about others. I think, here's the thing, I'm super patient with people, other people, and very impatient with myself. That's terrible, isn't it? Terrible. All right, let me rinse. And let's get some more whites. Let's do this upper part with our whites. Hey-Hey's doing good, Amy. He is all healed up. He never got any infection or anything, so he was a lucky duck. And he had a fantastic nurse, so I will take some credit for that, all right? I think I'm gonna take a little bit of this pink, just a tiny bit. I'm gonna do a little test, all right? Mix a little bit of white in there, so if it's bad, it won't be bad, right? Mm-hmm. All right, I'm digging that. We're gonna stop there. Now I'm gonna rinse again. I wanna go into my yellow. Thank you for the sprinkles. The flower petals are cut out of sheet glass, as is the leaves. Sheet glass. They sell sheet glass at some Hobby Lobbies, Carrie. They sell it at my Hobby Lobby, but I have been told by many that they don't sell it at everyone. Okay, I'm gonna get a little bit of that yellow, a little bit of white, just kind of mush it together. And I'm gonna come right on top of that pink. We're just gonna add some yellow as well. Just make a circle. And I'm gonna come up with a little yellow in my leaves. All right, I'm happy with that. That's kind of fun. That's kind of fun. Look at that. Let's draw that sucker. Let's dry it with our handy dandy sequin heat gun. Oh, that's funny, Diana. If I didn't keep that man moving, we'd still be here trying to do that flower. He just wants to tell y'all jokes all day. He don't want to paint. He just wants to tell jokes. This won't take but a second to dry. Isn't that cute? So cute. All right, so I'm gonna move this away because that's all the painting we're gonna do, y'all. That is it. So now what I'm gonna do is figure out where all my other little elements are gonna go, all right? So we're gonna do one flower like right up here in the big flower zone, all right? Let me see if I can get a little closer. Hang on, I'm trying to get closer. There we go. So these are oval petals cut out of sheet glass. All right. So they're two sizes, small and large. And I'm just gonna lay my petals out, okay? Lay my petals out. This glass has a opalescent side and a non-opalescent side. So we're gonna lay that out like so. Scooch it in. Now make sure you leave a hole in the center for your bead. I'm gonna go ahead and put my bead in so I can squish the leaves around. But for my bead, I'm gonna add just a tiny dot of glue right in the middle, just to hold that bead still so it doesn't fly all over the place. And I just remembered that I threw my bead across the room and will probably never be able to locate it. So I am going to go with my second choice. The first one I had was pink. It had a pink center. But this one has a green center, or it's greens, but I think it's okay, don't y'all? Oh, I got paint on me. Is that all right? I think so. I think it'll be fine. All right. So let's squish them in. And now these smaller ones, I'm just gonna lay on top, all right? Actually, I think I'm gonna add a tiny bit of glue so they don't wiggle. All right, so let's just get our glue. And here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna lay them all out, and I'm gonna put just one tiny dot of glue on the end of each one. Glue, glue, glue. Can y'all see my plate? You can. Glue, 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 and glue. Now, that'll go faster now. All right. All right, so we'll take our little baby ones and we're gonna put them between the big ones, right? So right here and between the two bigger petals, we're just gonna flip those and place them right there, right there, and right there. And right there. Almost done. A little something there. And one more. Here. All right. Look at that. Look how cute. So simple. So simple. All right, now let's pre-plan. Look at there. Look at that. That's gonna go right in there. But we're gonna add a couple more. We'll slide that one under. And on this one, I'm gonna break it about right here. Just that tip off. And all I gotta do when it's super skinny is this. Boop. Now, I'm gonna slide it up in. And we have 3 more petals. So I'm just gonna lay those out. I really want that to lay flat. Hang on. Let me flip it upside down. See if it will. There we go. This arranging things is hard work, y'all. So we got 2 of big ones. And then 1 little baby one. Let's add a little glue to it so it sits still. A little bit of glue. Well, and look at there. Look at there, a little there. Now we have a little blossom. And I'm just gonna add in some grassy stuff. We'll cut that off right there. And just add in a few little nuggets of grass just for extra giggles, right? This one's too fat. I need a littler one. Hang on. That is kind of straight, like right there. This one, I'll break it. And we're gonna lay him. Hang on, we'll slide it under here and we'll bring it up. Now we have 5, which is a good number for me because y'all know I do not like even numbers. Yes, Devin, I actually had a stained glass artist cut these for me because I used them in my sub box. And I couldn't afford pre-cut ones. I actually just remembered that they had those on Amazon. I will find that link and show you those. I don't know if they had pink. Did they have pink? They were expensive, but I'll find them. All right, hang on, guys. Now, let's figure out where our leaves go. No even numbers, that's funny. All right, so I have these petals that I cut out of sheet glass. So sheet glass, you can buy it in 12 by 12 sheets, and this is just a small tiny remnant, and I just used my handy dandy nippers and cut the petals like this. You just nip and it cuts it into these jagged shapes, okay? So, hold on. Oh, I'm sweating, y'all. I'm having a serious hot flash. Woo. Okay, so I want to add some leaves to my flowers, so I'm going to just try to figure out where I'm going to add those. I need to move that a little because I'm going to add one right there. We'll put that right back on top. And then this other baby one, I'm going to add, I got to slide it in, hang on. I'm going to add right there. And I love this one, it is super cool. And let's add one here. And one, let me scoot it down. One here. All right. Leaves. That's 4 though. Y'all know that is 4. Can I do it? Can I do 4? No, I can't. I can't do 4. So we're going to add one like right down here, because what I'm going to do down here at the bottom is green glass. This one, I don't even know where the bottom of it is. So yeah, I had laid it here. I had laid it here to fix because it came off the wood handle. And now I have no idea where the wood handle is. So that's terrible. Oh, that's so sweet. I hope you feel better, honey. So I'm gonna add some green glass down at the bottom to kind of just give my stem something to grow out of, because, you know, they can't just be floating in the air. So we're gonna cover up the end, and I just threw some of it in my lap. Oh. And hang on. Hang on. All right, see? Getting messy. Oh, sorry. Scoot it up. Can you see it now? Is that good? The wheeled nippers are good for beginners. Those are the ones I always recommend to start with, because they do have some that are a little more expensive. But for starters, I would use the wheeled. And if you go to Lowe's or Home Depot and go to their tile area, they have some that are more heavy duty than the ones you can get at the craft store. So keep that in mind as well. Because the ones at the craft store are they're just not as heavy duty, and they tend to break, the cutters break. All right, so a little bit of green. Now I have a little bit, I'm gonna add some bubbles too when we get done. Hang on, I got some debris. I'm gonna add some bubbles, so don't let me forget that. And trying to keep myself in order so I don't mess up. I was thinking about adding some of these little beads. Look at these beads. All right, so maybe like a little bud. Let's dump one out and see. I don't know if these are gonna show up, but maybe like a little bud. I don't know. I feel like I like the simplicity of that. I think we'll use these in something else. I like the simplicity. And then we're going to add bubbles. So let's stick with that. Let's stick with that. Don't forget. Don't let me forget bubbles. All right? All right. Yeah, they're too small. The minute I put it down there, I was like, man, maybe not. Okay. So now we get to resin, y'all. We get to resin. So for this piece, I think, let's see. Let's do, yes, Deanna, especially if there's not a lot of painting involved, you can pretty much slam those things out really quickly. All right, so I think I'm gonna make, I'm gonna go ahead and make an ounce. I really don't think we need an ounce, but I don't wanna not have enough. And if we have an excessive amount left over, maybe we'll make something else. What do you say? What do you think about that? Okay, so give me a show of hands. Anybody here live in Canada? Anybody on this live right now live in Canada or even the UK, not just Canada? We don't discriminate against other countries. Anybody? Because we ship to Canada. We ship to Canada. Thumbs up. It ain't gonna do it now, is it? It's not gonna do it. Tiny bubbles. Sherry, we ship to Canada. We ship to Canada. I'm so excited. Can you tell that I'm excited about the fact that we ship to Canada? Half an ounce of hardener. Thanks, Becky. Oh, I need to mark that. Oh, I can't see nothing. Yay! Today is the day we ship to Canada. Half ounce, 1 ounce, mark it on your cup. Oh, it needs your face by your hands. Oh, so it won't do it unless it sees my face too. Gotcha. All right, half ounce of hardener. Go slow, Cindy. Slow your roll. All right, half ounce hardener and half ounce resin. I think Steve needs to go live with us on Wednesday, don't y'all? Do you think Steve needs to be live? They don't like these blue gloves, Deanna said. Okay, so I'm gonna stir. I'm gonna use my handy dandy silicone resin spreader to do all that stirring. I'm gonna scoot that over. And we're going to stir. Becky is gonna time me. And I'm gonna stir, scrape the sides of my cup as I'm stirring. And you notice I'm stirring very slow and methodical. They do not fit on the resin bottles. You gotta pour the resin in the bottles. So slowly, you don't wanna whip it to death. This is not nay-nay. We're not gonna whip it like nay-nay. We are gonna slowly stir, fold it, scrape it for 3 minutes. All for 3 minutes. Any pointers? Can't get it to score. Okay, Sherry, is it seeded or textured? Because that is what I struggle with when I'm cutting, is anything that has texture or is seeded is really a little more difficult to score. And you really got to make sure that you're given enough pressure, and then you tap on the back of your score. These are just like ketchup bottles. Yeah, score on the smooth side, and then tap the back before you try to break it. You're welcome. So we're just scraping and stirring Mixing and mixing. Well, Wanda, I had these cut, but I forgot that we did see some on Amazon when we were looking to buy for these subscription boxes. Ended up having them cut for me, but I will get you that link from Amazon. Okay, so I will post that on Amazon. Yes, make sure your glass is clean. Score on the smooth side. Tap on the opposite side of your score line. You go. Jill, they make your life so much easier. Those squirt bottles, oh my heavens. I love them. I bought like 8 of them. When they get gunky, just throw them away. Yeah, if it's thick, you have to be a little aggressive. That's right. Not all ketchup bottles are created equal. These came from Amazon, and I'll give you guys the link to that too, okay? I'll give you the link to that and the petals. Coffee syrup bottles from Ghirardelli. Yes. Just make sure you get the chocolate out. Don't be afraid to use them. Becky said time is up, so we're going to give it a little more. One more scrape around the edges just for insurance. Scrape the bottom real good. And now we're ready to resin. I'm going to pull this back towards me so I don't make a mess. And I'm going to start at the bottom and just work my way up to the top. All right, so I'm going to just do my little bits on my little bit of glass at the bottom. That's green classic. I want to make sure it's all secure. So I will, tomorrow when I post this finished piece, I will post the links, get off there, for the Etsy, the string glass, the petals, and the squirt bottles. What else? That it? That it? That it? All right, now that I have that glass covered, I can't talk and, oh, you can't see the bottom. Sorry, can somebody not holler at me? I keep pulling it towards me, don't I? Okay, so there we go. I resined that whole bottom. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm like just paying attention to what I'm doing and not paying attention to what you can see, and that is inappropriate behavior. So now I'm just gonna, each one of my little resin, my little glass stringers, I'm just gonna run a little bit of resin up all the way to the end because I wanna make sure those are covered really well. All right, so there's one. So now let's do this one. So you're gonna cover it with resin and it's going to roll over that little glass string, and hopefully it does strengthen it, and it kind of helps cover it on all sides. All right, so that's 2. And we have this one. Here. 3. And this one. And last but not least, It's hard to get those strings because they're so skinny, but make sure you do that so that they don't break. It does help strengthen them. And it keeps them glued down, right? All right, so. All right, so I'm gonna move that leaf a little. I'm gonna cover my leaves with resin. I'm gonna cover this leaf with resin. I'm gonna cover this leaf. This one. I'm doing all my glass first. If you're new here, I do all my glass first because there will be excess. And if you cover your glass first and then use all the resin that's puddling around, then you don't use as much resin. And resin's not cheap. If you bought resin's not cheap. I forgot something else. Hang on. I see debris in my cup, and I'm just waiting on it to come out into my art piece. Let's put you over there. All right, now I'm gonna do my flowers. So I'm just gonna drizzle over the top. Make sure it's all covered. Yeah, don't put them in one bottle. If you put your resin and hardener in one bottle, you are gonna be so mad because then you're gonna have a bottle of a rock. I don't know what that is in my brush. Oh, I think it was paint. Look, it had paint on it and the resin activated it. All right, covered. Now let's do this one. I'm gonna cover that bead. It's gonna run off the sides of that bead and glue it down to the canvas. And 1 ounce was perfect because we are gonna use every bit of it. Cover my petals. Y'all, I forgot to tell you too that I went to Ole Miss this weekend because Steve's daughter goes to school at Ole Miss and she's in Delta Gamma sorority. And so they had family weekend at DG. And I'm just gonna tell you right now, I am glad I am not 20. Whoo! I didn't know if I was gonna live through the weekend. Those girls know how to have fun. They wore me out. Isn't she gorgeous? She is just beautiful. And she's as sweet as you could even imagine. She is just a doll. Just precious. She wore us out though, her and her friends. And they're all so stinking cute and they're all so tiny, skinny little booties, little bitty things. So now I'm just kind of spreading it out to the end of my canvas. Make sure my canvas is all covered. I need to turn this way for a second because I can't reach it and I'm gonna make a mess. I just know. All right, I used every bit of that ounce. So 1 ounce is perfect. All right. Now I've made a mess right here. So real quick, I'm gonna grab a Gina wipe. And I'm gonna clean up my mess so I don't mess up that whole area. Just wipe with that resin. And while I have it out, I might as well clean my brush, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe that off. Clean that brush. And yeah, see I had paint on there and it was coming off in my resin. So we'll clean that, clean my area. Now, I'm gonna take these gloves off. Actually, let me run my finger around, make sure everything is covered. Let me look at my leaves. I don't see any skippies. I don't see any skippies on my flowers. I'm gonna take these gloves off. Take them off. And I'm gonna use, yes, you can use Posca pens with resin. I do it all the time. I'm gonna use my heat gun and pop any bubbles. All right, so I'm just gonna pop my bubbles, take just a few seconds to do that. I see a skippy now that I'm popping bubbles. So, hang on. I'm gonna get a popsicle stick for that. So since I already wiped off my silicone brush, and I'm gonna see if I can scrape out a tiny bit of resin. So right there, we had a skip. All right, I think I'm good now. All right, all done. So now we're gonna do bubbles. We're gonna do bubbles. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? All right. Oh, Sue. Oh, Janet said the hippie flowers are online now. I thought maybe it was just too early. That is funny, Sue. Sue. I'm still not, I don't know. He's probably safer not marrying me. I always said, after I got a divorce and started kind of dating again, I always said I make a better girlfriend than I do a wife. I'm married to y'all. Man, I am married to y'all. Okay, just a few bubbles dropped in, and I'm actually gonna flip the ones that landed flat side up. I'm gonna flip them over so that they really shine. And I think we're done, y'all. OMG. Look at this. Is this not stinking adorable? Hang on, I got one more thing. I need to just scoot that over a little. We'll wipe that resin off. Look at this. Oh, my thumb got in it. Look how stinking cute. I'm gonna turn it that way so you can see the whole thing. Look how cute. The background really turned out good, didn't it? See our little grass? There's our grass coming out. So cute, so cute.